Recombinant DNA technology in 3 minutes or less. So what is recombinant DNA technology? Well, the easiest way to explain it is a technology that allows you to cut out certain genes in your DNA and replace them with better or more useful genes. So in a scenario of how this works is, let's say I took my cockatoo Kiki and I want to make his feathers blue. Well, I would take the genes from this macaw and basically insert them into the feather cells of Kiki. So tools for recombinant DNA technology. First, we need our restriction enzymes that cut out a very specific sequence of DNA, and then DNA ligase, which is used to glue the sequences we cut, and then vectors, which will duplicate and insert the stuff we glued together into the target cells. So step 1, cut target gene. We use restriction enzymes to cut our blue feather gene from a genetic sequence. Step 1. So let's take this restriction enzyme here, and it says I cut whenever I see TC. So there are 2 TCs in our sequence. So it's going to cut there, and it's going to cut there. And what this does is isolate our blue feather gene, which is what we wanted. Step 2, cut plasmid DNA. Use the same restriction enzyme to cut our chosen bacterial plasmid. But first, what is a plasmid? So a plasmid is circular genetic material that is shared between different bacteria. How this works is this bacteria over here, let's say these little circles are plasmids. They're going to go through these pores, out into the intracellular matrix, and then back into a new bacteria. And this process is just going to repeat until millions of bacteria have shared the same plasmid. Now, our step 2, we're going to cut with the restriction enzyme. Again, we're going to cut this plasmid with the same restriction enzyme. And then we're going to keep this big chunk of plasmid and leave this space and just kind of throw it away. So step 3, use DNA ligase. We're going to take our blue feather gene and plasmid ends and glue them together with DNA ligase. So that's our blue feather gene, and let's say this is one of the ends of our plasmids. Take DNA ligase, glue it together, and voila, it's stuck. Step 4, grow and insert. We put our modified plasmids back into the bacteria to let it grow and then insert it into Kiki. So here's our bacteria with our new plasmid. Put it in Kiki and he's blue. Thank you so much for listening.